Summer is in full swing, and we're loving just how much joy our gardens bring us this time of year. Gardening here is not just a chore. It's a rhythm, a part of our daily life that we honestly really look forward to. We have 4 gardens going strong this year. Our main vegetable garden, our cool weather garden that's hanging on through some of this heat, our growing cut flower garden, and of course, the pumpkin patch. Each one has its own needs and its own quirks and its own kind of beauty. Summer gardening means waking up early to beat the heat, rotating water between gardens, and doing our best to keep every plant happy and thriving. It's not always easy, especially with pests and plant diseases that try to sneak in. Our pumpkin patch in particular has struggled in the past years with squash bugs and powdery mildew. Both have a way of cutting down the health and growth of the vines and fruit before the season really gets going. So this year we're trying something new. We laid down black plastic in a previous video that you watched to help block weeds and discourage pests, and we are adding wood chips along all of our walkways. It took us a few mornings of hauling and spreading, but the difference is really clear. Not only does it look so much better, but it's helping us keep moisture where it's needed and off of the leaves and stems. With the pumpkins a little more protected this year, it's time to turn our attention to another challenge, our gopher problem. If you were with us last year, you may already know this story. I wanted to kind of give you an update on our orchard. We did a little story earlier about bucket watering, how that is going. It's okay. It's not my favorite. I still feel like for our trees, it's just best to really flood irrigate them. But it has helped us a little bit in the current situation and dilemma that we have. So let me kind of share with you. So this is our orchard. It's not huge, but for us it works. We have a couple peach trees, a cherry, a couple pear, apple, cherry, apple, and then an apple on the end. Now this spot right here, if you were with us last year, you know this is where our apple tree was. And it was not doing well. The root system was failing and we couldn't figure out what it was, and it turned out to be gophers. So we dug this tree up in hopes that we could save it last fall, and we moved it down to the very end, and all spring we were not convinced it was going to survive. And just about a week and a half ago, we saw the first leaves on it again. So here it is. It looks so much better. It's got leaves. It's even got blossoms on it. I don't think it will fruit this year. It's a little late now for it to fruit. The apple tree next to it already has apples on it. You can see here. But it is alive, which is a miracle. So number one, we're super grateful for that. I wish we could say we were out of the woods with that. However, our peaches have been looking really good this year, but one of our peach trees has been turning yellow, the leaves, and we couldn't figure out why. And lo and behold, the gopher had just moved on to another tree. Here's our peach tree. I believe this is our, let me see. This is our Crest Haven peach. So we have a Crest Haven, and then that's our Alberta. But if you look down here, you can see there's a giant gopher hole right there. And I came out here one day and the roots were showing, and I just thought the dog had been digging. Well, I should have known better that the dog wouldn't just dig to dig. It was looking for the gopher. So the leaves on this tree, you can see are turning yellow. They're discolored. Some of the fruit is going a little bit soft. So I'm not sure if we're going to actually have these peaches peach this year, or if they'll all slowly die off because of the darn gopher. So we set a trap, and we're hoping we'll be able to catch that gopher and save our peach tree. Also been in our garlic here. So you can see this hole right here. And you can actually just see this garlic. We're still trying to save this one garlic. All the others look nice and green and beautiful. But this gopher hole, which probably leads right up to our peach tree, which is right there. And then this was our strawberry patch here. We've kind of revamped a little, but there's lots of dug gopher holes in there as well. So we're just trying to survive here and get a harvest. We're not strangers to gophers. We've had gophers on our property since the day we moved in. In fact, our barn back here, and there's a ditch across our little road here, and the gophers will dig into that ditch, and then it actually will come across, and when that ditch is full, we'll get flooded in front of our barn. We've had that quite a bit, but this is the first time they've really been up in the garden space and up here in the orchard. And so trying to trap them and save our food is a big deal. Hold on, let me go backwards. Set a gopher trap.
You open it up first. You take this part. And it comes around, maybe. This little hook right here. See this little hook right there?
Uh-huh.
It goes over the top of this. And then you put it on here. Okay, it's not set yet. So you can still be okay and you're not going to get hurt. Then you take this piece. And I always put my hands in between here, so wear gloves, right? And this piece rotates all the way around and goes around there. Now it's set.
Now it's set.
So if that comes off, then it will get you.
Then you'll get nice and injured.
And then let's see if I can find my stake. There it is. That's why it didn't get away. And so then you want to take this almost all the way to the very end. So that if he just bumps it,
It'll go off.
it will get it.
It makes it more sensitive.
Yeah. I have another one set in there, but I think this was the only gopher in this hole. I have one going that way too.
The other direction.
Yeah. So then you put it in as far as you can get it in the hole. How far that is. Okay. Take your stake. Just get right in there.
And that way they can't drag the trap
drag
away.
it into the hole.
Okay.
Hold it up on top of the thing, kind of. So you'll know that it's been set if it goes down and in, because they've dragged it. They've tried to drag it.
Oh, okay.
So you pull it out and just kind of set it on there.
So that just helps you kind of know if there's something in there. Okay. Wow. About the gophers earlier in the garden, but they've struck again. We're out here and the tractor is stuck. We're trying to mow everything down to keep the weeds down, but they somehow have hit a water line that is draining into a totally different area of the farm, and the tractor got stuck. So the pumpkin patch is over here. The garden is up there, and the orchard. This is just kind of a little roundabout pasture, I guess you could kind of say, that we just try and keep weeded. And right here, it's like super swampy. And we couldn't see it with how high the weeds have gotten, and we're stuck. We finally got the tractor unstuck after several hours of work. It took a little ingenuity and a lot of patience and some creative thinking. We used counterbalance and leveraged some weight just right, and with a slow and steady pull, it finally came loose. Once it was free, we were able to mow down all the tall weeds that had taken over that area. And just when we were feeling pretty proud of that win, we got another surprise. Our gopher trap near the peach tree actually worked. That gopher that has been giving us so much trouble and putting the tree at risk is gone. Of course, the puppy got it first and ran off with it like it was the greatest toy ever. But we're just grateful the tree might finally have a chance now. Maybe, just maybe, we'll get some peaches this year. So that's a little peek into our week. Early mornings, muddy boots, pests, patience, and small victories. Maintaining the garden and keeping pests at bay takes work, but it's worth it when we see those plants finally thriving. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.